isn't this just a smoking hot topic? I mean, Rishi Sunak is apparently toying with the idea of making cigarettes about as rare as a unicorn for the next generation. As a unicorn for the next generation. I mean, I'm not one to pass judgment, but it seems like the government is taking away everyone's favourite wheezing pastime. Which, to be honest, they surely have no right to do this. I mean, any party that suggests such a thing is bound not to be back in power for a long time. I mean, this sort of move seems more home on the Labour manifesto than a Conservative one. But honestly, these days, it's actually kind of hard to tell the two apart, isn't it? I mean, one party is all about rejoining the EU with a woke and green agenda, while the other one feels like it would pee on you and tell you it's raining. But imagine the chaos this could cause in, I don't know, about 30 years' time. You may have a 48-year-old happily puffing away on cigarettes like a human chimney, while the poor 47-year-old would be denied his smoky pleasure. And, don't even get me started on carrying ID everywhere, which I'm guessing you'd probably need to prove to the cashier you're actually 48 and not 47. Even though, of course, because of smoking, you're bound to look like 55. But at the end of the day, we're not in either North Korea or China. And we should, of course, all be free to enjoy any bad decisions that we make, without, of course, the government breathing down our necks. But here's the thought. Maybe the government should focus on helping people quit rather than banning everything under the sun. I mean, come on, we're talking about adults here, not rebellious teenagers. It's like trying to teach a cat to tap dance. It's entertaining, but it's not going to end well, is it? And the reason why I'm saying all this is because Dr. Javed Khan, I wonder if that's a relation to some other bellend who likes messing up the country. But anyway, that name is probably not on your radar, but apparently he has a grand plan. He's suggesting that raising the age of sale of cigarettes from 18 by 1 year every year isn't, of course, no one born after a certain date can buy a tobacco product in this country. And if his plan goes full steam ahead, by 2026, we might need a time machine to find someone, I don't know, under 30-ish who can legally buy a cigarette. I mean, talk about extreme measures, eh? Apparently, of course, this is bound to make their mission of making England smoke-free by 2030. And it seems like they're pulling out all the stops, doesn't it, to do that? They're even providing free vaping kits, launching voucher schemes for pregnant women, and thinking about shoving mandatory cigarette pack inserts into our faces. It's like they're trying to scare us into submission, isn't it? Not forgetting, of course, the amount of adverts you see on TV. Even though, admittedly, I don't actually smoke myself, but I respect people's right to do so. Because let's face it, at the end of the day, we've got the freedom to make these choices, so they shouldn't try and cut back. I mean, it's like the government are busy playing nanny. But until then, of course, I'll be sipping my tea and wondering whether they'll decide to ban cake next or something like that, because it's bad for your waistline, But anyway, the article says that smokers' rights group Freedom Organisation for the Right to Enjoy Smoking Tobacco, Forest, said the move was anti-conservative and would not stop people from smoking. Director Simon Clark said a ban will simply drive the sale of cigarettes underground and into the hands of criminal gangs. He added, treating adults like children by denying them the right to buy cigarettes legally would take their nanny state to another level. Smoking rates have been falling for decades, and the idea that the government would prioritise tackling smoking at a time when the country faces far more important challenges at home and abroad is frankly obscene. And if it is true that the Prime Minister wants to indeed introduce some sort of world's toughest anti-smoking measures, denying millions of adults the freedom of choice, it will be a Conservative government in name only. But going back to drivers, I'm personally quite glad that the deadline has been moved back to 2035, but unfortunately, the thing in this video could make it much more worse for nearly all of us drivers.